Alright, there's this oak. It goes up and then goes horizontal. Like that. Over out over the house. What's going on, guys? So we're back on the top of this oak tree. I'd been parked in a guy's little drive, I think, to go check his pond, and so I was worried that neighbor was pretty mad, but tried to ignore it and just keep going here. I told the guys I need to move my truck to it. This particular limb, I made a just typical silly mistake. Made too big of an undercut, got my saw pinched. My lanyard is one of them kind of coiled ones and isn't the best. It's just I don't trust it. One of them recoil ones. So I anchor it with a speed line strap to my D-ring before I ever start cutting here. That way if the saw was to slip out of my hands, it's not dropping way down. I've lost trust in the recoil one because it fell apart on me the first time that I ever had a saw slip off. It was just my little 150, and it like unthreaded and almost ripped it off there. So I'm always concerned about that. Definitely, I think I need to probably get a different lanyard. But I start realizing here that the redirect, even though it was giving me a good lowering point, is not going to work for the rest of this. It needs to be higher. It needs to be stronger. So I move it to here and just try to see how this is going to work. I know that it's not going to give me the greatest lowering point. It's going to lower it even closer to the house and on the house, actually. So, gonna need a tagline, something to keep it off the house. So I tell them to send me a tagline up.
That red line, and just pull it away from the house as he lowers.
Normal cases, I only have one guy. But in this situation here, there's two. My brother's guys, so a guy on a tagline, a guy on the ropes, so it works perfect. So that's what I do here. We drop this one down. The rope, when I'm attaching it in a few of these here, you can notice I'm just taking the tagline, instead of setting it all on its own way out on the tip, which would give better leverage. I'm not saying that this is better. It just is quicker and a little easier. I anchor the limb, and then a lot of times, if I don't have a really close, I don't know what I was doing here, a really close limb to put it onto, I'll just clip it to the rope like I did there. I don't know why I had it hooked to the limb. I was going to do both, but I just decided no, keep it small. So the rope is just clipped to the rope itself, the rigging rope, the tagline is, and it will drop down like it did there onto the termination point, and then it gives you leverage so you can pull it out from there. That ends up working good for us, so I end up using that multiple times here. You'll see it. I'll try to point it out as best as I can, but man, that tie-in point is also a long ways away.
Dang, I didn't even get a chance to pull
this one here, I believe. I hook it up and it's pretty obvious. So let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
right
so we'll
there.
try to hang
So
it
the speed line strap,
and
I
then
just
pull it
clip to the
away.
rope. So when the limb comes over, you'll see the rope drop down, boom, and it's on there now. So now he has leverage. Now he would have better leverage if I would somehow get that tag line out on the tip of the limb. That's just a whole bunch of extra work I didn't want to do, and we didn't really need it. We just needed to have command. So.
That bounced more than it should have. Ready? Back up. Back up.
Wow, that one was a bit bulky. If you notice, I don't want anybody to think I'm doing a bunch of like barber chairing and just this is all accidental cuts. I'm purposely cutting these things and slivering them over and allowing them to kind of barber chair so that they hold on to the cut, and then I can release them. We can take some slack in and it'll drop into the system much easier. I definitely wouldn't have just cut a notch on that and just sent that big top into the system. I wouldn't have been able to trust that it would hold for sure. So also had to move another redirect and put it over to this other limb to the right, which is now putting us even more over the house. But just kind of have to do what I have to do. There's not a lot of room below the limbs before we hit the house, so we're having an issue with height, so we're just redirecting a little closer so the swing isn't as much and the chance of hitting the roof is even less. So here's a little trick to get your rope back so you don't have to climb out the end. Get it rocking and then just start looping it around itself until you get enough of them that you got the rope to where you can swing it up to yourself. There's no set amount of stuff. Depends on how far you got to swing it. So only thing is you do have to unwrap it afterwards, clip it on, cinch it down, you're good. I'll hook the tag line onto this one and we'll try to sneak this one up and under, and hopefully it's not too long. It's a pretty big limb, but this one I don't really know why I just didn't clip it to the rope. Actually I do right there. No I don't. Okay. Yeah, I just clipped it to the actual trunk. I don't know why I didn't just clip it to the rope. Whatever. You see the barber chair. It's still hanging though. So that's what I want. I want to have time to readjust and ease it into the system. And you can see the guys pulling it away. Those will go straight down onto the house with no doubt. And a couple redirects and that tag line is allowing us to really use this rigging point and be efficient and not have to take so many risks to swing and stuff. So I don't really remember what I do next here. I'll have to figure it out with you guys as we watch. I don't really remember.
What was that?
Okay, yeah, so now I remember. I cut that one and swung it back and around me. It was a limb you really couldn't see. It was on the back side of me, but not the biggest limb, pretty small actually. So this one here reaches out a long ways. You can see where I have the tag line way out there to have the leverage this time, because it's so long. There we go. We have it tighten up. Then we drop it into the system, and that tag line is way down on the tips for a reason this time, because this limb is so long it would touch the house before he could get good leverage. So I mess up there and I thought, oh, it's off, and no, it's not. So gotta finish the cut. Tagline works great. The guys were able to pull it away with ease and good leverage with that, where that tagline was actually at, as in comparison to the rest of them we've been doing. So not a whole lot left. Let's see how we finish this up.
Okay, so I cut all these off. I got that little top stuck up in there, so hopefully you can be able to shake it loose and just pull it off. And I'm just basically rigging one chunk of wood and then chunking wood down after that. So fun.
So this was a bummer. I felt bad. My brother's luckily going to be able, I think, to use the extendable pole saw to get up there and get a hold of that. And it takes him a while, but he does eventually get enough leverage to shake that thing out of there. So I kind of felt bad. I was like, well, that couldn't happen again if I wanted it to, but that's my luck. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, I guess. Yeah.
Alright, log down. We're done. I'm just gonna put an edge on this thing for him so we can cut the stuff up.